All right, all right. Happy Friday to everyone here in the group today. It is the end of the week, and it is also the first Friday of August, which means that we are reviewing the July 2016 jobs report. And as you know, we do that here every single first Friday of every month because it's important to me that each and every one of you not only knows how your economy improves, but your personal job search rather improves, but also how the general economy is going as a whole. And so, as I alluded to in the top of the hour, last hour, the jobs report actually was really good for the previous month. So if you hop into the BLS report and read down line by line with me, or just listen to here, what we saw from the last month was that total non-farm payroll increased 255,000 in July, and the unemployment rate held steady at 4.9%, with job gains in the professional and business services area, healthcare, and finance. Mining continued to trend down in the last month, and so that's been pretty much the trend over the last year and a half or so. And so we are here for business and professional services, healthcare, and a lot of finance roles. And so for those of you who are looking, hunting on the search, the news continues to be very positive for all of you. And if you have any comments or anything to provide, go ahead and stick them in the comments section below here, and we can powwow as we go along. So what else besides that? So that's the first takeaway, in that 255,000 new jobs were made. The second point that I want to make from this last month's job search is that people are finding work faster and the labor participation rate remains stable. And so we break this out into two separate pieces here. The first part is that the number of persons unemployed for less than 5 weeks decreased by 258,000. And so those who the long-term unemployed also wasn't changed over the month and accounted for about 27%, or a quarter of the number of people unemployed. So what does that mean? It means that some people are looking for work for a little bit longer, and that you still have a great deal of the population that is long-term unemployed. And so those are people who are unemployed for a while. In addition, the labor participation rate is at 62.8%, and the employment population ratio is at 59.7%, which means that every 3 out of 5 people in this country are currently working. And so the other aspect was that you had the number of persons employed part-time for economic reasons was little unchanged at 5.9 million people. So these are the people who have been preferred to have full-time employment but were working part-time because their hours have been cut back or they were unable to find a full-time job. And that could be some of you in here, that could be a lot of the people in the country. It's generally something that's been going on since the recession ended a couple of years back. And so that's a great actually allusion into our third point today for this jobs report, which was that discouraged workers remain the same. So there were 591,000 discouraged workers in July, which was really unchanged from the year earlier. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, discouraged workers are persons not currently looking for work because they believe no jobs are available for them. And so 591,000, half a million, it's generally a small percentage, I think, of overall of the 2 million workers that, are overall, I would say, long-term unemployed. But, I guess it really depends on what type of industry you're in. As I said, we have folks here who are in the professional, technical, financial, and healthcare space. And so as you look at that, right, there should be less discouragement there because there are more of those jobs created. I don't know how many of you here are in manufacturing. I don't know how many of you here are in mining. Those areas are going to see a lot more volatility overall. The fourth point we want to go through is that earnings and hours are improving. So we are making more money and we're working a little bit more hours as well. And so that's helping out a lot. The average work week for all employers on non-farm payroll increased by 1/10 of an hour to 34.5 hours in July. So essentially, 1/10 of an hour is 6 minutes. So we worked 6 minutes more on average in July. And our hourly earnings on average were $25.69. And average hourly earnings of private sector production and non-supervisory employees increased by 7 cents to $21.59 in July. So really what that just means is that average, everybody's making about $50,000 a year right now, and for non-supervisory folks, we're making an average of $42,000 a year. So if you make above any of those amounts of money, you are doing better than the average person in this country. In addition to that, the news on previous month's employment is doing really good too. I see that in the report that the non-farm total employment in May was revised to plus 11,000 to 24,000 in May. And in June, it was revised from 287 to 292,000. So job gains over the last 3 months have averaged 190,000 overall. Hey, Justin, how's it going? And so, I think most of you, and pretty much I should say all of you in here, should be extremely and incredibly encouraged because the jobs report is looking really, really great. And so the final part is, I think we want to look at the industries that are truly affected. And so there's about 6 different segments here. Professional business services added 70,000 jobs in July and has added about 500,000 jobs over the past 12 months. And breaking down the professional industry, you have 37,000 new jobs in professional technical services, 8,000 in computer systems design and related services, and you have management and technical consulting services continuing to trending up at 6,000, and architectural and engineering at 7,000. Healthcare employment gains increased by 43,000, and overall over the past 12 months, you've had 477,000 new jobs. In financial activities, which is pretty much your finance jobs, we've seen 162,000 jobs over the year and another 18,000 jobs in July. Leisure and hospitality went up 45,000, and it's understandable. It's the summer season. A lot of people are out on vacation. Government employment went up 38,000 in July, and that was pretty much where the gains ended up there. For government employment, and then actually, sorry, I just mentioned government employment, but electronics. So I would think that electronics goes under professional business services, and so your architectural and engineering services and your computer design and related services had a total of 15,000 jobs, Adrian. So I would expect this to go up as more companies pursue more of those engineering needs. As we've seen over the past couple of months, augmented reality with Pokemon Go has probably inspired a lot in people. And the virtual reality craze continues to move forward with Facebook's release of Oculus Rift and things like that. So for those of you who do work in mining, I don't know that there are many of you, mining continued to trend down by 6,000, and since reaching a peak in September 2014, employment in this industry has fallen 26%, or 220,000 employees. And then in other major industries such as construction, manufacturing, wholesale trade, retail trade, and information, there wasn't really that much change over the month, so jobs are holding steady, and there's not much being added or subtracted. And so what do you take from all of this at the very end of the day? The economy is still doing very well, right? I know that in previous months we keep on having these reports, and we talk about the lead up to the election, we talk about Brexit, we talk about everything from from basically where we are in this economic cycle. And I think that overall we're looking very, very good. And for those of you, who hang out in this group and spend time in this group every day, there are a lot of jobs on a daily basis in really all the areas that we've mentioned here that continue to increase. And so, if you need help sprucing up your resume, figuring out your interview stuff, if you want to hop on a call with me, Michael Briggan, or Dominique Finetti, who's also an admin in this group, reach out to us. And we will talk to you about how we can help your job search improve. Because you know what? Things look great right now. And I would say that things are going to continue to be great. I expect a very robust holiday shopping season, which means retail will be trending up. I expect a lot of money being spent, so we're going to head into 2017 looking really good. And August is no time to slow down either. Everybody's going on vacation this month, which means that it's time for you to shine. It's time for you to get out there, and it's time for you to put your job search into full gear while everyone's enjoying their time on the beach, on a plane, on a road trip. Improve those skills, improve that networking, reach out to people who aren't on vacation on LinkedIn, get that project started. And so those are just my final thoughts. And so, yeah, check them out. Check out the jobs report in the link that I provided in the title below, above. And tell me what you think. Where do you think the economy's headed? I'd love to hear, and I'd love to also hear what you think we can do better in this group so that we can give you the information that you need to go into a job search best equipped and best handled, and have the shortest job search possible so you can get back to work, get back to making money, and getting back to thriving. So this is Albert from Albert's List. It's August 5th, Friday. And so just wishing you a good weekend ahead. Let us know how we can help you, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.